last session, we have seen an introduction part of this lesson. We have seen an introduction of A.G. Gardiner about the central idea of this lesson, icebreakers activities, and now we are going to see actual lesson.
1.2 is on saying please.
Open your books, page number 14 on saying please. The young lift man in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. It was a question of please. The complainant entering the lift said, "Top." The lift man demanded, "Top, please." And this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. This, of course, was carrying a comment on manner too far. Here, in the beginning, we are told an incident in one of the apartment, in one of the lift. Here the watchman, here the liftman, sorry, not watchman, liftman in one of the city office. In one of the city office, who threw a passenger out of the lift, who hurled the passenger out of the lift. Why he threw that passenger out of the lift? Because he did not say "Top, please." He just said "Top." And due to that, that liftman got angered and he threw that person, that passenger out of the lift. The liftman demanded from him, just say "Top, please." Top, please. Then it will be right. But he do not comply. Comply means obey. He did not obey what the liftman is saying, and so the liftman threw him out of the lift. Then here the writer is saying, this is the incident which is much more to talk about the manners, about the people. The people are having certain phobia in their mind about themselves. They thought that they are greater than others. Suppose somebody who is an officer, he supposes himself greater than any other subsidiary who are working next to him, and due to that he commits some crime. That is mentioned over here. Discourtesy, first of all, what is meant by discourtesy? Discourtesy means what? Discourtesy, that is a lack of courtesy or rudeness. Look at the right side of your book. There is a meaning of this word, discourtesy. What is the discourtesy mean? Discourtesy means rudeness. That is in Marathi, another karne. That is, discourtesy is not a legal offense. Offense means crime. Discourtesy is not legal offense and it does not excuse assault and battery. It does not excuse assault and battery. Though discourtesy is not a legal offense, but what is not excused, that is assault and battery. First of all, what is meant by assault? Assault means assault and battery. Battery, an attack which includes not only threats but also the actual use of violence. Actual use of violence. That is called as a assault and battery. In Marathi, we can call it pranaghatak halla. That is not excused. If somebody assault you, somebody battered you, that is called as an offense. Now, here how the writer is explaining about it. Here, if one of the example is given, if a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. What will happen? If someone, yes, comply means obey, पालन करणे, एखाद्या सूचनेचं पालन करणे, obey the orders. Okay, that is comply. He did not comply, so he was threw out of the lit. Okay, let's see further. If a burglar breaks into your house, burglar means burglars. Sorry. Burglar, घर फोड्या करणारा चोर. Burglar who breaks into my house and I knock him out. Knock him out means if I oppose that burglar and knock him out, send him out, then it will be not an offense. It will, the law will acquit me. Acquit means what? Acquit means निर्दोष सोडणे. Acquit me, and if I am physically assaulted and that burglar, if that burglar assaulted me, then the law assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate with reasonable violence. What? The, the law has permitted the assailant means the person on which that robber, that burglar has attacked. That is assailant. That assailant has the right to retaliate. Retaliate means to take a revenge. To take a revenge on that particular burglar, but in proper manner, in the order, in law and order. Okay. Retaliate with reasonable violence. It does this because the burglar and my assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law. Why it happened? It happened because somebody has broken the commands. Whatever the commands, whatever the rules are there, these rules are broken, and due to that broken rules, this incident has happened. So, for example, first incident, why the lift man threw that passenger, and in the second example, why the burglar was retaliated, revenged by the assailant. In these two sentences, in these two examples, there is a matter of rules. There is a matter of commands. They have broken the rules, and because of that, this incident took place. But no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners or could sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. Here, there is no law against
सर व्हिडिओ पॉज झालाय. सर व्हिडिओ पॉज झालाय. सर व्हिडिओ स्टॉप झालाय.
रेंज नाही मग तुटलेला रेंज नाही मग तुमच्या लांबचा दिसतोय
आता त्यांची दिसणार मी त्यांना घेऊन
कॉल झाला
झालं नाही माईक चेक केलं सारख्या
तर व्हिडिओ कॉल झालाय चुके
काय
सरच नाही याच्यात सर येते ना आता
तर दिसत आहे काही
हा हा नाही
आले आले सर आले
हॅलो सॉरी फॉर डिस्टर्बन्स थोडासा या ठिकाणी टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लेम आला होता त्यामुळे त्याबद्दल जरा थोडीशी दिलगिरी व्यक्त करतो असं द्या ठीक आहे चला पुढे हा तर विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो माईक ऑन करू नका जुनेद लक्षात आलंय का वारंवार फाटके मोहिनी मला तुम्ही इथं दिसताय लक्षात आलंय कोणीही माईक ऑन करू नका कारण तुम्ही माईक ऑन केला की इकडे आम्हालाही प्रॉब्लेम होतो तुम्हालाही नेटवर्कचा इश्यू येतो तुम्ही माईक ऑन करू नका व्हिडिओ ऑन करू नका व्हिडिओ किंवा माईक ऑन केले की तुम्हाला रेंजचा नेटवर्कचा इश्यू होईल सर्वांनी लक्षात घ्या लक्षात आले हा okay so let's continue further where were we yes there is no legislate no law against protecting disobedience discourtesy if somebody has not behaved properly there is a there is not law against that particular crime and our sympathy with the lift man we must admit that the law is reasonable and we will sympathize that person that lift man because he has done good work he has done proper he needs justice he needs justice and that's why our sympathy goes to lift man and then it would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voices or the scowl on their faces our fists would never be idle and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day and if we are given the right if there is a law against this kind of behavior there would be too much fumble in the society because every day lakhs of people will quarrel with each other and lakhs of cases will be posed in the courts no lawyers or judges will be there to judge your complaints you will have quarrel in ongoing travel. If somebody not demanded something from you in courtesy, you will quarrel with that person. You will pose or you will complain regarding that. So that's why there is no legal protection for discourtesy. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughtier or boorish, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. It does not recognize the laceration of our feelings as a case for compensation. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. Now, here, how to behave is a matter of particular person. It is individual matter. Now, someone will said that I will behave myself as I wish. I will work as I wish. As I wear, it's my own wish. So, there will be such a kind of scenario, such a kind of condition that law will not sorry, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughtier or boorish. Here, boorish means rude. Boorish means rude or uncultured. Rude or uncultured. I may be haughtier or boorish, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. Now, if I am haughtier, if I am boorish, then can anyone punish me? Not at all. But just you can say, yes, this person is ill-mannered. Bad-mannered person is that. But there is no legal action against behaving haughtier or boorish. Okay? The law does not compel me to say, please. Law does not make any compulsion. There is no compulsion to anybody to say please for demanding anything or get your work done. And so, if we continue, if we demand from someone to say please, it would not be done and you will have bad feelings regarding that person, you will say that this person is a bad mannered, ill mannered person. Okay. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. Here, day-to-day life sensibilities are told by Gardiner. What is telling, if somebody is not saving his mustaches or somebody is not dyeing his hairs properly or someone who are wearing ringlets down their back, then how could you say that you should do this and this, you should obey my orders? No. It is only in communist countries or in autocratic countries it could happen. It is the democracy which allows us to behave in the manner we suit. It suits to our personality. So democracy is much more than that, but we have uh, this kind of freedom. It does not recognize the laceration. Laceration means here the meaning of laceration is to cut or tear. Uh, cut or tear our feelings as a case for compensation. What means we should not at all. We should not at all feel sympathy regarding anybody else's unhappiness, anybody else's sadness, their disappointment. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. And here there is not allowance regarding the moral and intellectual damages. How to repair these damages? How to protect these things, intellectual and moral things? If someone is not saying you very good morning, if somebody is not greeting you hello hi, then you cannot compel that person to say hello and hi or greet with good words, or you cannot compel that person to say good morning, good afternoon, or all that greetings. So it may come out as a spontaneous if that person wants to say, then he can say. If he did not, he could not say whether good morning, good afternoon, or hi, hello, or that. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. But if we could not protect, if we could not do anything for these things, then it does not mean that we could not protect these things. These are not negligible things. These things to be paid attention, more attention to be paid to these things, and it is probable that the liftman was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shins for which he could have got a legal redress. Yes, it is absolutely the thing which hurts, which hurts. If somebody spoken with you, if somebody spoken with you very rudely, then it hurts. And it might be the matter to the lift man, and that's why he could have thrown that person, that passenger out of the lift. And that's why the pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or to our vanity may poison a whole day. Now, the slur on the things, what that passenger said to the liftman, but what did the liftman done? What did the liftman done? It also be a matter of, it also be a thing to be considered. Why? Because has he be given the right to retaliate against any discourtesy words? No, not at all. He was given protection of law. So, here, if our vanity, if our self-respect get hurt, then our whole the day gets spoiled.